Hello, good morning. So, a very good morning to all of you. Today, we are going to discuss a diagram, and this diagram is about the functioning of a central heating system in a house. So, this is a system. This is about the system, and this system is about the central heating system. So, how it functions. Normally, when you get a diagram, you have different purposes. When you get a diagram, so we have, I told you that we have two types of academic task work. The first type is pictures with comparison. That means numbers. A lot of numbers will be there. See, for example, a table, a bar chart, a line graph, a pie chart. You'll be having a lot of statistical information there. Right now, in this particular set, we don't have numbers to compare. And we do have different types of diagrams too. So this is not in the first group. We don't have any mathematical calculations here. But here we do have another work, that is interpretation. You need to interpret what is happening and position the ideas in logical order. You position your ideas, the main things. Select the main things from this picture. First of all, you need to interpret the picture, what exactly is happening. The second thing is that you need to position your ideas. You have selected some ideas. Not every information is needed from this picture. So we need specific information. We selected those specific information. We arrange it into a logical order. When we arrange this into a logical order, we need to take care of the correct sequence. The correct sequence, and this should be based on the core topic. What do you mean by this thing? Here, the correct sequence based on the core topic. So primarily, we do have here in this picture, the central heating system. It's about the heating system. And we have a water supply, hot water supply to the taps. So that is a secondary thing there. That is not a focus there. So we have to focus on the central heating system, how it functions, rather than focusing how the water comes in the hot water taps. Or rather than how we push the water upwards towards the water tank to fill the storage tank. So we need to, the core topic is central heating. So based on that core topic, you need to position your ideas in the correct sequence. The preliminary thing is the task analysis. If you analyze the task properly, then only you can achieve the task. The task achievement can be done better only when you have the task analysis done properly. If the task analysis is done, so that is the interpretation. Once the task is analyzed, we have it to be positioned in logical order. And then we make it in the correct sequence based on the core topic. One important thing I missed out is the use of correct tense. So we have to use the correct tense. As far as this is a system, and this system is currently in use, then we have to use this in present tense. We are not supposed to use that in past tense or future tense. We need to use present tense. Now the question again arises, which voice I can use? Is it the passive voice or the active voice? Here, if something is done, it means we are initiating something, then it is passive. Something occurs as it is, then it is active. So I repeat, if something is initiated, then it is passive. If something occurs as it is, then it is active. No, yeah, active. So that's it. So I can use both. So there is no strict regulation here that you have to use passive voice only here. If water flows from upwards to downward, it happens naturally. I don't need to write it in passive voice. It happens. I can say water flows. So, but when the water is pushed upwards, then it is, action is initiated. There I have to use passive voice. So whenever something happens naturally, I can use active voice. The reverse, see the best example here, the water is going down from the storage tank. So the water flows into the boiler, you can say, no issues there. Then from a lower level, the water is pushed to the tank, pushed upwards. Yes, that is passive voice. That is the difference. That is the confusion most of the students have. So you can write this particular thing. You can mix up the active voice and passive voice. No issues at all. As far as your interpretation is correct, you have positioned it in the logical order, and you have set the correct sequence, and you have focused on the core option, the core topic. That is no issues there. Now, another thing is that paragraphing. So students may ask how to paragraph this diagram. You need to go with a clear-cut introduction. One sentence is enough as per this thing. In the introduction, you have to say what is the picture, what it is about. What is the picture? The picture is a diagram. And what it is about, it's about a system, that's a central heating system. Problem solved. These two essential ingredients should be there in the introduction. Now, what is the second thing is that the overview. It is the theme of this thing. Yes, I can say in one sentence, a very brief, the core, what is the thing here? You can do that. So it is simple because we don't need calculations. We don't need to assess trends and calculations. As for example, in a table or in a bar diagram or in a line diagram or in a pie chart, you need to go ahead and assess the trends. Then you have to come the overview. Here, I don't have that tension. I don't have any mathematical calculations. What you see at a glance, that's the thing. The summary, if you look, yes, you have understood something in one sentence. That's it. No calculations here. It's very easy. One sentence. You can write another sentence in case of some extreme situations. Now, I recommend you to write at least 2 paragraphs. So we need only 1 paragraph here, but I recommend you to write 2 paragraphs. So how do I divide these paragraphs? It should be logical. Paragraphing should be logical. So I can say the water coming in and radiating heat inside the room. Up to this point, you can set as the first paragraph. And the second paragraph, the water, after radiation, the water is taken back. So that process you can say in the second paragraph. So that gives a logic, that gives a rational, and your essay looks, your task one looks a bit attractive. Presentation style would be good. So a clear-cut introduction, a clear-cut overview, and 2 paragraphs. That's all. We can finish it within 200 words. So simple. Now, I am going to focus on some other thing here. That is the selection of the main verbs. Whenever you go with an action, so you can see the water is coming in. So I use the word channeled. The water is channeled inside. So that is an academic vocabulary. Instead of water is brought in, I can use channel. So use some academic vocabulary like this to represent the words, the action words. So what is the action happen? Or the heat exchange. What the action happens here? What the action happens here? So action words should be very specific. It should be, you try to make it little bit academic. This is the last instruction that I had given. Now we are moving ahead with the explanation. Okay. Information on the functioning of a household central heating system is portrayed in the given diagram. The functioning of a household central heating system. A household central heating system is portrayed in the given diagram. So it's not industrial purpose, houseworks. Overall, it's clear that the system which supplies heat to the indoors works on water and is powered by either gas or oil. You can say the central heating system works on water. With the help of water it works, and this is powered by gas or oil, or fueled by, I can use the word fueled. Okay. Now, in the first step, the cold water is channeled into a closed cylindrical storage tank, from where the water flows into the boiler, which is placed at a lower level. So you can say the water comes inside. You can say the water comes inside very clearly. Water comes inside, and then it is so stored in a cylindrical storage tank. A cylindrical storage tank, it is stored. Okay. So the water is channeled inside and is stored in a cylindrical storage tank. Now, and from where the water flows into the boiler, which is placed at a lower level. The boiler is placed at a lower level. You can see the boiler enclosed there in a small tank there. So the boiler, you can see somewhere, you can say the boiler is there inside is a rectangular shaped tank. So you can say this thing is there. The boiler is fueled by either gas or oil, and the hot water thus obtained is passed via small pipes to reach individual radiators positioned at specific places inside the house. So the boiler is fueled by either gas or oil, and the hot water thus obtained is passed via small pipes to reach individual radiators. These are individual radiators which are placed in different parts of the house. So the hot water, this boiler boils up the water here and then passes the water through the small tubes, pipes, to individual radiators, which is placed on different parts of the houses, and the radiation starts. The heat is radiated into the room's atmosphere, and as a result of this heat exchange, water temperature in the radiators fall. Okay. So when the heat exchange happens, when the radiation of the heat is radiated in the room, into the room atmosphere, where it is a cold situation. We have a cold atmosphere inside the room, and that's why we are turning on the central heating system. When we turn on the central heating system, the radiators will exchange the heat and the cold. So the radiators become cold simultaneously. It absorbs the cold air from the room. So what happens is that the radiators, the water temperature in the radiators fall. The water after the heat radiation, which has not become cold completely, is channeled upwards with the help of a pump to the hot water taps and to the reserve water tank. You can say that. So once the heat exchange is done, naturally the temperature of the water in these pipes will be lower. So at a lower temperature, this water is become colder, not completely cold. So this water, which has lost its heat to some extent, is pumped upwards to the storage tank and to the hot water. So it goes like this. So the boiler and it to the radiators after the heat exchange. The water goes like this, like this, like this, like this. It reaches here, it is pumped with the help of a pump, and underneath this boiler it goes. Yes, you can go see like this, it goes like this, it goes like this, and it goes like this. It reaches, it has access here, it has access to the storage tank. And this storage tank, this is the storage tank where this water, see, if I turn on the hot water taps, hot water will be coming. So the pumped water will go and get stored in this water tank. So this water tank, what is the purpose of this water tank is that it is to fill the storage tank. So how it happens? This water, it reaches here. Once it is full, it will be going, it will be there, the pressure will be there, it will be full here. And if you see that the storage tank has not enough water, water will be flowing from this tank towards the storage tank. So the storage tank already has access to access from water outside. So water is coming from outside by this way. So if there is a shortage in water in this cylindrical storage tank, so the water will be coming from this storage tank to fill this storage tank. Okay, and if the pressure moves up, okay, this is full, and then the water moves upwards to this pipe, the circulation pipe. So the circulation pipe circulates it. So this is the system there. So that's what we have told. This tank on the rooftop supplies the storage tank in case of limited water supply from outside. So if I do have limited water supply from outside, the storage tank will be empty. So this water flows from this towards this. So this storage tank is to fill this storage tank. Thus, a constant supply of water is ensured in the storage tank, which supplies water to the boiler without halting the heating process. So a constant supply of water is ensured in the storage tank. A constant supply of water is ensured. So here the water is coming. And if I have any deficit, the water will be there here. So there won't be any halt in the process of heat exchange. So the process continues. There will be continuous water supply. As far as you have the gas and oil to function this boiler, you have the central heating system working on smoothly. So that's it. We have come to the end of this particular chart, the diagram.